Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you this look, a cut crease with some glitter liner. If you want to learn how to get this look, then just keep watching. Hi guys, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and take some tape and I'm going to be putting that on the edges of my eye to help with eyeliner so it's nice and sharp. And I'm going to be going in with my Maybeline Fit Me concealer in the shade Fair, and I'm just using this as my base and blending it in with my fingers. Now I'm taking my Jaclyn Hill palette that I can't open, and I'm taking the Morphe 511 brush, and I'm going to be taking that yellow orange shade, and that's going to be my transition color, and I'm just going to be blending that in my crease. Now taking my Morphe 441 brush and taking that orangey shade, I'm going to be putting that straight in my crease, and I'm just going to be working on building up the color. Just keep adding until I get the intensity that I want it to be, and then after I get the color that I want, then I will go back and blend. And now I'm going to go ahead and go in and blend the edges to make sure everything's nice and seamless. And now I'm going to take that darker orangey brown shade, and the name more off, but it's the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just going to put that in my crease as well. I'm just going to darken it up to give it more definition for the cut crease. And then I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M441 and just blend the edges of that darker shade. And then going back with the 511 brush to just blend everything all together so it's nice and seamless and to make sure everything looks even. And then I'm just going to keep blending and blending, adding color as I feel was needed.
You have a tendency to fart on videos.
That was corny.
I know, I'm saying she has a tendency to fart on camera, but this time it wasn't on camera.
And now I'm just going to take my concealer and the Morphe M17-4SH, and I'm going to put that on my eyelid a little bit and then look up, and it kind of gives you a guideline of where your cut crease is going to be. And then this part took a little bit of time. Just take your time with the cut crease. It's a little bit hard even for me still, so I try to speed through this as much as I could. And then I just want to make sure that when I get to the end, towards the outer corner, I'm just trying to blend in that concealer with the eyeshadow so it doesn't look like there's a harsh line between the two. And now with the Tartlette in Bloom palette, I'm taking the Morphe M124 brush in the shades Sweetheart and Flower Child, and I'm just going to mix those two together, and that's going to be my eyelid shade, so I'm just going to pat it all over where I put the concealer. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the pink shade that I put on my eyelid and the outer corner shade or the darker brownish orange shade are blended together so there are no harsh lines. And there I go, blending again. And now taking my Coastal Scents shader brush and the shade Charmer, I'm just going to highlight my brow bone, and it smells really good. And then I'm just going back in and blending and adding any more color I feel that I needed and making sure everything is nice and even. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Morphe angled brush and the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art in Topaz Twinkle. I'm taking the liquid eyeshadow side, and I'm going to use my angled brush to make a winged eyeliner. And that's where the tape comes in to help make your liner nice and sharp so it can cut ya. And after that dries, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the glitter side and put that over top of the wing liner that I already have put down. Now I'm just letting it dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off. Just make sure you pull it off carefully. And then you'll have a nice wing liner. Ooh, look at that. And now moving on to the skin, I'm priming with my Becca First Light Priming Filter, and I'm just rubbing that onto my face. And now taking my NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in the shade Punjab, I'm just putting that all over my face and blending it in with a beauty blender. And now taking my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector with my Morphe M335, I'm just going to apply that under my eyes because yo girl got some dark circles. And now going back in with my Maybeline Fit Me Concealer, I'm just going to be applying this under my eye, working one eye at a time. So I'm going to start on this side and then blend it out with my beauty blender. Girl, I'm trying to do a voiceover. And then just blending out the edges of that concealer, and then going ahead and working on the other side of my eye and applying it to the rest of my face, down my nose, my chin, the center of my forehead, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it all in with my beauty blender. And then I'm just going on the other side of the beauty blender and blending out all the edges where I applied the concealer. And now taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer under my eyes just to prevent the concealer from creasing. And I'm just going to bake where my smile lines are. That's where I tend to crease. So I'm just going to let that powder sit there for a little bit. And taking my Morphe G5 brush, it's a large powder brush, I'm taking the same translucent powder, and I'm just going to lightly set the rest of my face. And going back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm taking the e.l.f. contour brush and that yellow orange shade again and putting that on my lower lash line, and I'm bringing it down kind of far, and that's going to help blend out the other shades we're going to use underneath the eye. And taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, I'm going to take that orange shade and put that underneath the lash line as well, and keeping it closer to the lash line. And then I'm going back in with the e.l.f. brush and just blending out the edges of that orange shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the same Anastasia brush and the darker orange brown shade and putting that closer to the lash line. And I'm just going to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. And then I'm just going to take the e.l.f. brush and blend everything together again so there's a nice gradient effect. And now taking a Luxie 522 brush, I'm going to go ahead and just dust off the powder from my smile lines where I was baking. And then going in with the Urban Decay brush, I'm taking that shade right there and highlighting my inner corners. And now taking my Pixie bronzer in the shade Summertime, I'm taking the Marabella brush and just bronzing up my face. I'm starting off by doing the cheeks, and then moving my way down to my jawline and just making sure that I blend down my neck as well. And then moving on to bronzing my forehead. I like a really bronzed forehead, so if you don't like doing this step, you can always skip it, but I like to pile on the bronzer because I'm a little pale. And now taking my Tartiest clay blush palette, and I'm using the shade Laugh in my Luxie 504 brush, and I'm just going to apply that on the apples of the cheeks. And I didn't realize this blush was pretty pigmented. I was like, whoa. So I used my e.l.f. stipple brush to kind of blend it out and calm down that blush because it was really pigmented. Taking my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush and just contouring my nose with that same bronzer that we used on the rest of our face. And I'm just making sure that I am blending it in. I don't want any harsh lines on my nose. Now taking my Tarte Marine Boost spray, and I'm just going to spray my whole face and let that dry a little bit. And my favorite part's coming, highlighting. I'm taking my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter with my Morphe 501 brush, and I'm just going to apply apply that to my cheekbones. And I'm going to be layering this with another highlighter as well. So I'm just going to put this all over my face because I like a glowy face. And we're not done there. We're taking the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, and I'm using the shade Glow Getter. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of the Gilded Honey highlight that we put on first. I'm just going to layer that on top to get that, ooh, look at that glow. And now going in with my Mirabella crease brush and the Glow Getter shade, and I'm just highlighting the tip of my nose, and I'm going to go down the center of my nose as well because we gotta have that nose highlight, girl. And after you're glowing to the gods, you're just gonna spray your face one more time. And for lashes, I'm taking my Mink3D hair lashes in the style 517 and my Duo Lash Glue. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop those on my eye. And I feel like eyelashes just make your look 10 times better. So when you put on lashes, you know you're going to be popping. In here, I just realized that I forgot to put on mascara. But I usually do that step before I put lashes on. But I'm just going to go ahead and put that lash on top and keep it moving. And for lips, I'm taking Kylie Cosmetics Dolce K Lipliner, and I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips and fill them in as well before I put on lipstick. And for lips, I'm taking Lipland Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Dollface in collaboration with Makeup by Alina. And I'm just going to apply that over the lip liner. And that's going to be my lip color. And that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it if you shared this video. Until next time, bye.